at the long minute.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming back to our second class here. We're going to give it just a minute for people to get on and join us. All right, we're getting there. Do you want to go ahead and show them what you have?
I will. Okay. I just thought I would throw this out there. Stacy and I have been working real hard the last couple of days. These are not totally done, but it is the classes for the event June 28th. June 28th. It'd be the same time format as today. So if this is something you're interested in, it's $59.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
And we are looking at travel themes a lot because it's summer and summery things. So this one says, people, places, amazing destinations. And then this little quote says, it's not the places you travel that make it worthwhile. It's the people you meet along the way. Lots of, and actually these are brand new papers that we don't even have in yet. This one is called Hello Summer. Some of the gorgeous colors that we're using today, and this one has a little extra mini book that you have 4 pages to add more pictures, tucks into a pocket right here. This one's super cute. Let the sun shine in. Lots of fun new papers on this one. And again, these are all for June 28th. And this one has cute suitcase background with all these fun little frames on the front and a little pocket for tag, a journaling piece. So join us in June.
So that's up on our website right now, shopquickquotes.com. Click on live events, and then you can add it to your cart and check out. Club Q members, please do not use the Club Q free shipping. If you do, they will not go until your July shipment. So, or I will just automatically charge the shipping of $10. So if you are a Club Q member, please choose a shipping charge because this will not ship with your June Club Q shipment and arrive to you in time to be able to do the classes. So, all right, I think, are you ready?
Yeah, we're
Okay,
ready.
give me just a second to get the...
So go ahead and start punching out pieces. And again, we'll save the little things till last. And in the very beginning, we will do a little bit of cutting, and we'll use our diagram.
About forgot to plug us in again. We're dead in the water.
Okay, and again, if you don't have these all punched out when we're ready to go, it's okay. We can do it as we go along. So first of all, I want you to get out your cutting diagram. Again, it's generally it's on top of the very last paper in your kit. So get that out, and you will have 2 checked papers that need to be cut according to the diagram. But before we do that, I'm going to have you get the gray paper. It looks gray on this side with some flourishes and some stripes on the other side. We will be using the gray side, but basically we want to trim off the label of this one, and we want to cut it perfectly in half so that you have 2 6x12 pieces. So let's do that in the beginning. And that way we can go ahead and cut out the checked papers using the diagram. So the gray paper, get it in at 12 inches. And then we're going to just cut it in half. So we have 2 pieces that are 6x12. And we can set those aside for a minute. And once you get those cut, then let's go ahead and get out your diagram, lay it in front of you. It looks like this first paper, there are 6 pieces that are exactly the same size. So let's cut that one first. They're all 5 inches by 3 3/4. So I'm going to start with 5 inches here. And then 3 3/4. So we'll end up with 6 of those. 5 inches by 3 3/4. And again, 5 inches by 3 3/4. So let us know in the comments sometime throughout the day if you like the idea of the 4 layouts, or do you like the 3 layouts with the fun little project at the end. That's kind of good information for us to judge on what you like best. So we've always done 3 double page layouts, and then at the end Mary comes in and does a fun little project at the end, something a little different every single time. So just let us know which one you like, and maybe we can switch it up to do something a little different every single time. Okay, then the next piece, I don't know why I put that away. So when you're cutting the second piece, be really careful, because it's an odd cut. You have an 8 by 8, okay? And I'm going to cut off the label, and what I see the best thing to do is trim out your 8 by 8 to start with.
It's unanimous, 4 layouts.
Oh, okay, so far, okay. I'm going to do the 8 by 8 first. Set that aside. And then I'm going to make 2 pieces that are 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. then the very last two cuts is 7.5 by 3.5. And the very last one is a 2 by 4.
So somebody just asked what the coupon code was for today for the free card kit. It is free card kit, all one word, all uppercase. It does not apply to the live event in June. It only applies for regular product on our website. Does not apply to any of the events.
Where's that little sheet? I'll put
It's
it up
right
here
here.
for a second. Okay, here is so free card kit with $40 orders, and it's free card kit, all one word is the promo code. Does not apply to events. Offer ends March 31st. Okay, so 2 by 4. This is 4 and 2. And the last little tiny one is 2 inches by 4 inches.
Somebody's asking how many background pages are we supposed to have?
There should be 2 background pages. Looks like this.
Okay. We'll see what she says here.
Okay, everybody should be just about done cutting.
Tracy McKinney, she's probably, it sounds like she's already done. It says all these pages were too beautiful to wait for Saturday.
I'm sure a lot of you.
Overachiever.
I'm sorry. I'm sure a lot of you have already done them.
Okay, so Joe says I'm missing the second background after cutting other pieces. Did she cut the wrong one, maybe? Or is she? Was there supposed to be 3 of those sheets of paper and she's short one?
There was 4 of those
Oh,
papers.
okay, so she's short one.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so Joe, please email me. And I'll put this in the comments too. But if you guys are missing something, email customerservice@shopquickquotes.com and I can get it taken care of next week. But I'll also post it on here.
Oh, sorry. That hardly ever happens, but once in a while, it's your lucky day. We will send you a little prize for missing your sheet. So Breezy put a little treat in for her.
So all of our kits, if some of you don't know, all of our kits are hand packaged by Garage Mary. She'll be in later. She still chooses to work the graveyard shift. She comes in at 8 o'clock at night. Sometimes she's still here working when I get here in the mornings. I don't know how she has so much energy. She was supposed to be retired like 10 years ago, but she just keeps going.
I know, like she is the Energizer Bunny. And then so she comes in and plays her Christmas music, her rap music, her every kind, just to keep her awake. And she's always rocking in here all by herself. So we love her. She does an amazing job of, I don't know what we would do without her. If she ever decides to retire, we're going to have to quit, I think. So now that you have these cut up, let's get out of, in fact, we do need to use these as our background. So let's trim off the labels. And the very first, so this does have a top and a bottom. You can see the writing goes like this, so you might want to pay attention to that. This, we have suggested black rose, and what I meant to put there was black opal, but either one of those will work. So if you have the new box and you have black opal, that's what I meant to say. If you have last year's color, we had black rose, that's also gorgeous and will work just fine. Then there's, you can either use dandelion or you can use a couple of the new colors, which are amber or citrine. Feather gray is another really nice one that we can use with the gray. And Spanish moss. Spanish moss looks kind of like this. It's kind of a gray-green, almost a khaki color, but see how it kind of matches this? So that would work too if you have that one. I am going to use the black opal just to see what it looks like. And we use this on flowers. We used it on the edges of papers. And I like it. It kind of gives it a nice rich gray, a nice deep dark gray tone. So chalk up your edges and choose whichever you want. Feather gray is a really good one to use on this gray also. It's not going to be as bold as the black opal, but you can decide which one you want to use.
All right, I posted the link for the June 28th event in the comments on this video.
So I'm going to go ahead and chalk up both of these. The one for page 1 and page 2 right in the beginning. And we're using black. You kind of have to be careful because it gets away from you real quick. Put it on in layers as opposed to just a whole bunch at one time. So black opal or black rose, either one of those will work. So this is the goal for our first page. Here is our gray in here, and we have photo mats. Then we have this little book, again, ends up on the outside of the page protector, and it opens right to left, or spots for more pictures, okay? So that is what we're going to be working on. We're not going to do these little pieces right here. We'll wait till the very end and add the flowers. But on some of these, we used the gray or the black opal or the black rose chalk on these edges of the flower, on some of the flowers. So the very first thing we're going to do is add one of our 6x12 gray papers, and it's about 1 inch in from the left-hand side of the page. So let's go ahead and add some adhesive. And I'm going to say about 1 inch. You can measure it if you want, but sometimes I like to work in abouts because I'm lazy. So then you have 3 checked, in fact you have 6 checked photo mats, and if you want we can do those all at the same time by chalking up edges. Remember, cut those out in the very beginning. And I think we will. We'll just add some color right now. And this is a good spot for the feather gray if you have it. And I'm going to try the Spanish moss just for fun, just to see. It's kind of a gray. I kind of like that. It kind of lends itself to some of the colors in here. Then I'm going to do one in the black opal, see what it looks like. And again, mine's brand new, so it goes on real quick. And I usually do a little more on the corners, just because I like to. There's no real reason. It's just I kind of like that. So go ahead and do all 6 photo mats.
It's cold here today. I had to go get a cup of coffee and a heater.
It is chilly. We are so looking forward to spring here, and our daffodils are up, tulips are coming up, and it's looking like spring out there, but it's still pretty chilly. Stacy isn't here today because she's got 3 little boys who are involved in.
Dad just sent me a picture. This is, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's one of Stacy's boys pitching. He had 3 up, 3 down in their game today.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I didn't even know. Yeah, she's got 3 little boys going every which way. Some of them have 2, 3 games a day, and that's times 3. So you're looking at trying to go to different ballparks, different, I mean, I'm sure you people with kids know all about it. But Grandpa goes to some, Breezy goes to some, Mom and Dad go to some. Who was that, Quentin or Alton?
Alton.
Good for him. Okay, once you get all 6 of those chalked up, going here. And you want to get it right in the center. Line it all up so you have them all centered, because on the left and right side, okay, left and right side, you have a black strip of paper that goes onto the gray paper. It's about almost a 1/4 of an inch in from the left hand side, almost a 1/4 of an inch, maybe even closer to 1/8 of an inch from the left side and the right side of the gray 6x12 paper. And that little piece of paper looks like this. They're all pre-cut for you. So once you get your photo mats in place on page 1, so while you're doing that, Tracy McKinney, who is she's hosting the cruise that we're doing in January on the Celebrity, and it's really close to full. So if you're interested in a scrapbook cruise, go to our website, check out all the information. It will be going to Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Nevis and St. Kitts. And she said there are 5 scrapbook spots left in the scrapbook room. So if it's something you're interested in, go to our website, check it out. Her information is on there. If you want to ask questions, she has all the answers. And I appreciate her more than she knows, because she's doing all the legwork on this one. We have a couple of other things coming up. One of them is soon, which is July, we have a couple of spots left on Kenya and Tanzania, if you're interested in that, and it is coming up soon. So if you're interested, go to the website and check that out. Get a hold of Go Ahead Tours and come with us. We're really excited about this one. And another one that we'll be doing this fall, and if you are a single, we may have somebody that needs a roommate. And we also have, I think, 4 spots left on that one, and that is the 13th of October for about a week or 8 or 9 days, something like that. It's also on the website through Colette Tours. So if you're interested in that one, we would love to have you. That one's going to be a fairly small group. Okay. And the only other thing, and we might as well do that right now, is you have some yellow borders, some yellow scalloped borders, and those go on centered top to bottom. They don't stretch all the way to the top and the bottom. So centered top to bottom. And I'm not going to put mine on right now, so wait till you get yours put together.
So I'm complaining about the being cold and it being nasty, but as soon as these classes are over, my husband and I are taking the camper out to the coast for the weekend and clam digging in this weather.
I know, is she crazy or what? I told her you better take an umbrella and a raincoat because it's possible. Okay, so now let's look at this little book right here, okay? You cut an 8x8 paper in the beginning. I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute. You had cut an 8x8 paper in the beginning. Let's get that out. And then you also cut a 2x4 checked paper. And where is that? It's right here. So this 2x4 checked paper, I'm going to, and you could score it on your scoreboard if you want to, but I'm just going to fold mine in half. And I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. I'm gonna fold it in half so that my checks meet checks, and I think that's right. If it's not, I'm gonna switch it around here. I'll look right quick. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to fold it so your checks meet checks, and you can use your bone folder to flatten it out real good if you want to. This is going to be the little piece that holds your book. Okay, it holds your book to the background page. Okay, so let's grab our background page here again really quick. And this is going to go on like this. The score line and the fold, you're going to center it between the gray and the edge of your paper. Add your adhesive to 1 inch by 4 inches of your little flap here, and that goes in behind. Center it, and then go ahead and glue it down. Okay, so you're going to add adhesive to the checked side, and it will tuck in behind here, centering it left to right. Okay, looks like that. And we're going to leave it just like that for the moment and set this aside. Did everybody get that? Going to fold it in half so that your checks meet checks. And then you're going to add adhesive to the 1 inch by 4 inch check part so that you have 1 inch sticking up and 1 inch will be adhered in behind your background paper. Looks like that. Okay? So I'm going to move that aside for just a minute, and now we're going to work on making the little book. And that is your 8x8 paper. We're going to fold this in half. And I'm going to use the bone folder again to flatten it out nice and flat. Okay, and I think we'll go ahead and chalk this up right now if you want. And it does have, I have the words going upside down right now, so you might want to turn it around. But if you look at the finished piece, if you happen to get it upside down, not too big of a deal, because this is going to cover most of it. Okay? So let's go ahead and use our the color of your choice, either your gray or your black. Chalk up that edge a little bit. And just remember that you will see the inside of this, and also the back and the spine. So if you want to use a different color on the inside, you can do that now. So fold your 8x8 in half. And if you happen to get the words upside down, it doesn't even matter. Nobody's going to know the difference because you'll have it mostly covered up. Okay, how are we doing here? So now let's get our background page back out. And we're going to use this little flap, but we're going to fold it down like this, okay? And this is the same width as your background or your book. So you're going to add adhesive to this 1x4 piece that's folded down, and you're going to add your book so that the top of your book is flush to the top of your page. And the main thing you want to make sure of is that it's straight with your gray paper. If you get it on crooked, you're going to know it. So kind of pay attention to that when you add your adhesive here onto this colored part. So there's your plaid or your checks. Pull it down, there's your colored piece, add your adhesive here, and then lay your project right into the 4 inches. It's both 4 inches, so it should fit, and it's flush to the top of your background page, making sure that it's straight right here. Okay? Okay, everybody should have their little book glued on now, and then the next step is, I think we'll just go ahead and do the front while we have it right here. And what that means is you have a little journaling piece, looks like this, and you're going to trim it out. Either trim it with your trimmer or your scissors. Sometimes I do scissors just because I like the challenge of seeing if I can cut it straight or not.
I know I can't.
Well, I don't really.
I don't even attempt.
And then you chalk the edge. If it's messy, you chalk the edge up, and you never know. And this would be a good thing to chalk up before you glue it down also. And it looks like we used the black opal on the edge of this, so you can see that, or you can use the gray, the feather gray, so before you glue it down. And that goes right on the very front of your book.
Katrina says they're warm today in Fairbanks, 8 above 0 and sunny.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I won't complain.
Are you scrapbooking outside in your bikini? Oh my goodness, that's...
I'm not tough enough to be an Alaska girl. We went to Anchorage the week before Christmas 2 years ago and stayed with friends. And it was like kind of record snowfalls then, and it was 25 below, and we were scraping the inside of the truck windows with credit cards because we couldn't keep the ice off of them.
Oh, no.
I'm not tough enough to be an Alaska girl.
No way. No, and you know what else happened to her? They were ice fishing, and she had her phone in her lap and stood up suddenly, and that phone went plop right into the...
Right into the 6-inch ice fishing hole. It was...
Oh, everything, all her Northern Lights pictures, I mean, all her pictures, everything. And they netted for it for, I don't know,
An
for
hour.
an
It was
hour.
only in 5 feet of water, and we got a net, and they netted for it for an hour, and
So, yeah.
and then the wife of one of the guys we were with, she was out at the end of the trailhead to this lake, and she says, "Well, be careful because there's a baby moose out here at the end of the trail when you start coming up." I'm like, "No, I am not tough enough to be an Alaska girl." Like,
Me either. Me either. I'm hardly tough enough to be a Washington girl, and our weather is pretty mild. Okay, now that you have this glued to the front, chalked up a little bit, glued to the front, do what you love. Let's open it up, and then you should have 4 papers, which 2 are checks, and you can put them on in any manner that you choose. Here we put them on kind of checkerboard effect, or you can put 2 checks over here and 2 yellows over here. That's totally up to you. So let's chalk up the yellows, but I'm going to try some amber. I kind of like that. It's kind of a weird color, but once you get it on, it's really pretty. And sometimes that happens a lot. Not particularly fond of a color, but you put it on a certain piece, and sometimes it just makes that piece pop, and you never would have dreamed it. So again, I'm using amber, and that looks pretty darn good with it.
Julie Olchin says she misses all of us.
I know, Julie, get back here. Looks like you're having a darn good time over there. Are you keeping your husband out of trouble? Ha.
Where'd she go?
They moved to, is it Montana or Idaho you moved to?
Oh, right. I do remember that now.
Her husband is not one that can stay out of trouble, so why I'm asking. He came to one of our private reserves one year all dressed up in his little girly dance uniform. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. And he was supposed to have a backup group, and that was his kids. And they bailed on him, and so he was in there dancing with a little bikini top, and oh my gosh, he was...
South Dakota.
Crazy.
They moved to South Dakota.
Oh, South Dakota. I knew it was over that way. That's even further. Yeah, it's pretty there. Okay, once you get those chalked up and glued on, however you choose to glue them on, it's totally up to you.
She said she's keeping him out of trouble. She got him a job at Home Depot.
Oh, good for you. That's a good place for him.
See, I'm not the only one. Katrina's husband lost his in an ice fishing hole, too.
Oh.
And he lives in Alaska, so it's not just the newbies that...
Oh my gosh.
He now has to wear a phone tether.
Oh my goodness. I went to Alaska when Breezy was up there visiting her son, my grandson. He's not up there anymore, but my dad used to work up there back in the 50s, and this little place called Rats Harbor. And they took me there when I went up there. My grandson did, and he was telling me the story that him and his cousin were. It was a little cove. It just had a little opening out to the ocean, and there was a little cove that they were camping, and they put their little boats in and a little skiff in, and all of a sudden their lines they thought hung up on each other, and they kept yanking and yanking, and pretty soon their skiff started going backwards out of the cove at a little clip, and pretty soon this big gray, is it a gray whale? Humpback.
I think it was a gray whale. I don't
Whale. It was a big whale came up, and both their hooks were hooked into that whale, and they were going. And I would have not believed this story. Only Aunt Laura was standing on the shore, and she said, "Yep, I saw those boys going backwards out of there, and I knew they were in trouble." So they finally got there, found something to cut their lines with, and got loose. But that is a whale of a story, right? Okay, and we're not going to do this part right here. I think that's all we really need for this page. The only other thing that's left, and we'll let you do this at the end, is the flowers, and those are layered with a little button and a little ribbon and little white leaves. And the leaves you could chalk green if you wanted to. That'd be pretty. So, okay, let's move on to page 2. And this is really similar. We're going to add the gray paper right into the, and I don't think it's the center. Let me look here. It's 3 1/4 inches down from the top of the page. You could center it if you want to, but the actual instructions say 3 1/4 inches down from the top. So let's get out our other background page. And our other gray paper. And I'm just going to eyeball it and pretend like this is 3 1/4 inches down from the top. Go ahead and then once you get that on, you have 3 more photo mats that are going to go on vertically. And 2 black strips. What time is it?
11:15.
So we have 15 minutes here.
Okay, so Sherry is saying there is a piece that goes beyond the book, maybe behind the book is what she's saying. There is a piece that goes beyond the book or behind the book. And I'm wondering if she's asking, is there a piece that goes?
There is, and that's the little, that's the 2x4 piece that you cut from your cutting diagram. Where is that diagram so I can show you? So on this second piece of paper, there's a little 2 inch by 4 inch piece that you cut from the diagram. That piece, you're going to fold it in half lengthwise, and that is this right here. Okay? That is the front of it, and then the other half, the other 1 inch part goes around to the back, and that's what holds your book on. So here is part of that 2x4 flap. It's folded in half, glued onto the back. Okay?
Okay, she's saying no, that one, not that one.
Not that one?
So somebody else commented, leave opening at the top for the tags.
Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. This is on page 2, right?
It is the 3.5 by
Yes.
7.5.
Yeah. You have 2 tags that tuck in here, and I almost always forget to tell you that. But those little tags will tuck in, and they look like this. Where are they? You have 2 tags that look like this. And yes, they need to tuck in. So if you've glued this down, peel it up. If nothing else, you want to just tuck these in. You can trim it off just exactly where this is going to go so that you can only see just that much of it. Okay? Sorry about that. I always forget those little pocket pieces. So 2 tags. And then once you get those tags on, you can add the yellow.
She said the first page.
The first page, I'm not sure what she means. Other than, This is the only piece that's glued to the back.
And I just want to make a little comment that, so when you guys are commenting on this, sometimes there's a delay in the comments getting to us. Sometimes it's a minute to a couple of minutes. And so as soon as we see them come up, we answer them. But back and forth between us, there's a bit of a delay. So it's not that we're ignoring it or whatever. It's just maybe it hasn't come through yet. So if anybody's wondering about the delay in responses and things like that, that's part of it.
And I am just not...
Sherry is saying
Okay, this is what you mean right here. I bet.
Okay.
This is what you mean. Yes, there is a piece that you should be able to...
Underneath the flap,
Yeah,
they're saying.
it's this right here.
Okay.
And that's something you can do at the tail end too. Sorry, I thought you meant on the back side. But there is this piece of paper right here that goes in this space right here underneath the flap. You are so right. Thank you for that. But even that made me realize that we needed to put the tags into the top over here. So does everybody see what she means? There is a piece of paper that goes right here. You can put a couple of little, or one big photo, a couple of little ones, or not at all. So again, on page 2, grab out your tags, and we're going to cut the ribbons up here right quick. So let's get our ribbon out. You have this pretty piece of black checked ribbon, and you're going to cut 2 pieces that are 5 inches, okay, and 5 pieces that are 2 inches. And if you are not sure, if you can remember that, if you look up here at the top, always at the top are our cutting dimensions, tells you where the diagram is, and cutting dimensions for ribbons and papers. So right here it says cut ribbon, 2 pieces at 5 inches and 5 pieces at 2 inches. And then we're going to cut a V in one end of all 2-inch ribbons. And that is for the little embellishment on page 1, and then page 2 and page 1 has 3 little pieces. So you're gonna, and what I like to do is go ahead and cut your 2 pieces that are 5 inches, and then your 2-inch pieces. What I like to do is just fold this in half, and then if you put your scissors on the fold and cut towards the corner, you have perfect little V shape cut in each end. So you need 5 pieces that are 2 inches. You'll cut a V shape in one end of each of those 2-inch pieces. So there's 2 pieces here, 3 pieces here, and those you'll tuck in behind the flowers. The 5-inch pieces will go in the tops of your tags. And you can cut a V shape in each end of these if you want to, and I would suggest waiting till after you get it tied, snugged down. Otherwise, it kind of frays the end of your ribbon. So I cut those tight, or fold those in half, a little clip, add to the fold and cut towards the corner, and you have a perfect little V shape. So tags go here. Black strip.
Got about 10 minutes left.
Okay, we're doing good here. Black strip, yellow scallop piece, just like we did on page 1. And that does it for the photo mats and the little tags at the top. So you have to put the word dream together you have 5 little black pieces. You have 5 gray pieces. The black will be layered onto the gray, matching up the holes. And then you have 5 pieces that have the letters punched out that are on part of the white part. So before you glue these together, I would chalk the edges up a little bit, and this will be easy to chalk. I like chalking these little pieces where you have a little bit of different, the little V shape, a little bit of the corners. On the gray one, the black one not so much, you're probably not going to see it at all. What did I do with my black ink? And again, you have this little V shape. You can use the little tail of your ink pad, excuse me, where you can gently fold it, and then it helps to get in those little cracks. So just layer those up, match up the holes, glue them together, add a colored brad, and then they go onto your project in a little curved shape. And then everything else is layers of flowers, and those flowers can be layered in any manner that you choose. If you want to look at what you have, it's like big, a little bit smaller, so lots of layering of flowers. There's 5 different sets, so lay them out and just chalk and glue them together as you choose. And we're just about done with this. So if you want to work on your own for just a little bit and finish this up, I think I will show you. What was I going to show?
Somebody asked if we would show these again, right quick.
Oh yeah, we
The
can.
June event.
Yeah.
And then what other ones were you going to show? I can grab them.
I forget. What was I going to do? There was other things. Okay. So keep in mind these are a work in progress. We're not totally done with them yet. So this one needs a little something here. We've got several things that need some work, but this one is Travel the World, One Little Adventure at a Time. This has cute little frames on it. Stacy did an awesome job of this. Has great suitcase background. And then this one says, Let the Sun Shine. Cute. I think it goes this way. Let the sun shine. Love these colors. Love, love, love these colors. This one says, Hello, Summer. This would be fun for a summer party, summer tea party, water, barbecue. And then this one has a little book with 4 pages, tucks down in. And then this one is People, Places, Amazing Destinations. And it has all the space for more pictures. And this here, I'll show you how to get this on the outside of your page protector. So lots of fun things coming up for June.
You can remind them of our special again and then show them some of the new kits. These would be applicable toward the special. It's some new kits that we have on the website, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're upside down.
Again, you get a free card kit, and I'll show you those right quick. I think you've seen, actually, you know what those are. The free card kit and promo code is free card kit, all one word. And then,
This right here is one of the kits that we just added to the website.
oh
I don't know
yeah,
where the
this one
sample
is.
is.
Oh,
for that,
okay.
but I don't.
It's got lots of little names on there, lots of little tags and things. That's a good one. Okay, so here is the months that we have put together. Usually we do these in a quarter at a time. So we have January, February, March. And this one's January. And February. We have a tester's page right in the middle of it here.
Well, a whole kit got to A to Z this weekend that was a test kit. Didn't even
That's
have the
what I
direction page in it, and it had
Oh
the
my
thing in the back
gosh.
that it got on the shelf.
And this one's February. Yeah, I wonder how that happened. And March with the little daffodils. So excited to see March and the daffodils out in the yard.
I'm
And
not sure what that page is.
I don't
Is that
even.
something
I
new?
I don't know. I'm showing you. Stacy did this, but I can't remember what it's for.
I don't know either.
But it's cute. Step into each day with hope, courage, and the belief that the best is yet to come. New paper line also.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That may or
don't
may
know.
not be on the website.
Yeah.
We're not even sure.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be showing that.
Okay, what time are we coming back? In 30 minutes again. So at noon, we'll come back with the moments class.
Yep. The last layout class, and then Garage Mary will be in a little bit to walk. I'll show you what she's going to. She designed these little boxes. They are so cute, and they fit your photos. Say you wanted to give a friend some photos and didn't want to scrapbook them, throw together this cute little box and tuck your photos in there, or you can use them for to store your cards or give away a group of cards for a gift. So Mary will be in a little bit after our next class, and we'll show you how to do this one. So, okay, we'll see you at noon?
Yes.
then? Okay.